Hello.
What's
Hello.
up? What's up, everybody? I struggled to find the words for a second there, Ian, so thank you for the save. It is Thursday, May 14th. You're on Constant MTG. We are live. It's me, Jared Jabroni Sandwich. I'm here with my bestie, who you'll find out tonight has been secretly fascinated with and in the fan club for all goblins everywhere. Ian, welcome aboard the Goblin train.
Wizard of Barge did it. He did it.
Did it for you.
He did it.
Did it for you.
I won't say that I'm like a forever Goblin player now, but I have been turned slightly towards the Goblin tribe.
Yeah.
By honestly one of the best contributing artists in Magic the Gathering as we know it right now. So
And I can finally say, and also just a cool dude.
yeah, see, that's the other thing. It'd be one thing if, he was a great artist, but we didn't really know him. But he's a great artist, and we know he's awesome and super nice.
Yeah.
So that's like triple points.
I don't know if I guess I didn't tell you this. I was wrapped up in all the things at the con, but Dakota, aka Wizard of Barge, definitely may have added me to his top 8 on MySpace.
No way, dude.
Cool. Pretty cool.
That's so.
And first square too, not like the bottom right. I'm not talking about third quadrant. I'm talking first square. Deleted Tom, swapped in your boy.
Like with HTML overlay?
Not only that, he may or may not have taken my my MySpace page song and copied it for a week. He was like, can I use the same song as you? So
I better go warn your wife. Lock it down.
She's down. She's like, bring a third in. Let's get another income. Help us out here, So anyway.
These kids aren't paying their own bills.
Not yet, but soon. Soon. Speaking of kids and friends, hello to everybody in chat. Somebody's given like a sweet stream of hearts.
Yeah.
The hearts and minds of all. So what's up? Give us a shout in chat. Let us know that you're here and you're loving life. Just to go through so many hearts. Just somebody's like just putting their finger. It's Dakota. He's on. That's awesome. Just to go through the agenda quickly, we are going to do a quick crack-a-pack. We are going to, topic number 1 is going to be, spoiler alert, if you didn't expect it, talking about the Goblin Storm Secret Lair deck that launches next week by Wizard of Barge. Some first impressions, some standouts. Ian's going to tell us all of his favorite things. And Zach and I are we're just going to be here to listen to Ian tell us all the things he loves about goblins.
Yep.
And then that's it, right, Zach? That's all we got, right?
No, that is not it, you silly, silly boy. Dispatch here from the Constant Clinic, all right? We got a call. We got a patient that needs your guys' help. And you're the only two EMTs in the entire city who can help this Eluge deck from Will Weiss make it to the 100 cards for the next game night.
Right? Oh, my God. Doctors are in the house, except that we both drank alabaster potions before this, and so results may vary. 3 out of 4 procedures we've done have been successful, which is a pretty good run rate, I think.
Yeah, 75% is good.
It's the majority.
About that. It is the majority.
It's really the bedside manner that you guys need to work on, like really badly.
We need to work on stopping with so much bedside manner and actually practicing.
Treating the patient.
Yeah.
We're over compensating with bedside manner for our lack of medical training, proper medical training.
Yes. Yeah. So
So
that is exciting.
We truly do kill them with kindness.
Oh no. With that, let's I heard Crack-a-Pack.
Yeah, Crack-a-Pack. So look, I've got a Festival in a box here. I'm going to open it right now, and we're going to crack a booster pack. But this is more of a sneak peek and a spoiler because this entire box is going to get ripped over time on stream. So I am opening it now, getting it to a place of easy grabbing. Can't wait to pull my Hexing Squelcher out of here. Same time, same place, you know. All right, Festival of Box.
When are we going to tell him that he can't get a Hexing Squelcher?
It's on the list. It's on the list. It is. It made it to the list. All right. So if you haven't opened one of these before, which I haven't either, there's a little insert. Very nice. Here is kind of a little Rakdos card. Zach, you want me to save you this little card insert? It's pretty cool.
Hey, I'd appreciate it. I got one. I got one.
Oh,
on
you
my
did.
own.
Okay. The awesome Secret Lair, which by all means we can crack on stream at some point and take a look at in closer depth here. And here is our Mystery 2 booster box. Remind me again, what are we looking for here? What's the big one? Urza, High Artificer in the Future Sight?
Urza in the Future Sight, Command
Dark
Tower in the
Ritual.
Future Sight. Sensei's Divining Top is in here. There's a lot of really good cards in this set.
Yeah, Dark Ritual and Future Sight is also, I mean, it's not like the most expensive, but it's still pretty cool. Also, the silly joke cards that I want to put in decks.
Yeah, Oracle of the Alpha is actually a really good pick if you get that one.
Okay. I'm going to have you guys read them because I can't really see them. But
Heliod's Punishment. So what's cool about these is it's always going to be 2 white cards and then 2 blue cards and then 2 red cards and then 2 black.
I didn't know that.
It's in Mooburg order. 2 of each color.
Okay. All right. First white card.
Heliod's Pilgrimage and the Birth of Miletus. That's
the Birth of Miletus. I love this. The Birth of Miletus. All right.
Striped Riverwinder.
I heard that's a great card. It's a banger right there. All right.
Battlewing Mystic.
Oh,
Dark
Dr.
Side Chef.
See, that's the list right there. That's the Squelcher is coming up. Here we go.
Skeletal Changeling.
Okay.
Havoc Jester.
Okay.
Shiv's Embrace.
Ooh, that's
a good one.
Ancestral Mask.
Yeah.
Ancestral Mask is good.
Yeah.
Timberland Ancient.
All right.
Cavern
Harpy.
Yeah.
Harpy.
Blatant Thievery, which is a good card.
That's a good one.
Iona, Shield of Area.
Oh, that's a rare, right?
That one's good. Mm-hmm.
Right.
Urnum Jin.
And a playtest card.
Knight of the Flying Merfolk. Bedtime Story. Love it.
All right. Bedtime Story.
I don't think anything of that was more than a few bucks. And
it's just one rare again, right? Iona was the rare.
There were multiple rares. That Iona is a mythic. That one's $460.
$460?
Move the decimal over a couple of points there.
Okay. All right. Well,
$4,600.
Yes. This is it. This is what I'm talking about. All right. Do we feel like satiated? Because I kind of want to open another one.
We do one more.
Go for one more.
We can do. Should I go a little faster? Should we?
No, that was. I think that was.
That was
good.
actually a really good pace.
That was good tempo.
All right. Urza High Artificier.
Also, Titania, Arcane Signet, Karn.
Ooh, first one in there is this banger, dude. Mother of Runes.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Mother of Runes.
Mama.
Yep.
How much is a copy of Mother of Runes in this street?
I don't know, but that's just a good card.
A great card.
Mother of Runes in the list version, $7.
Oh, yep. All right.
Spectral Procession.
Yeah.
Spell Stutter Sprite. That's a good one.
Spell Stutter.
Shifting Sliver.
It's a Rebecca Gay too. Look at that.
It is, yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Shifting
Sliver. That's actually worth a little bit.
Yeah.
Fledgling Gin. Meh. Wicked Pact.
Wicked
This is cool.
Pact.
Wicked Pact is cool.
Looking
That's a
at it.
wicked. Ooh, an anger.
Ooh, Anger. Anger's worth.
Old border
It's
anger.
like
worth a
$7
little-
or $8, right?
No, it's
I don't
been
know about
reprinted so
that.
many times.
But
The
it's
list
probably
version
like
is the list version's a buck.
Okay.
Scoria Cat. Meh. Compost is good. Not too
Okay.
bad. River
River
Bear,
Bear.
dude. This is actually good. So River Bear is one of these random bears that has island walk for some reason, and it actually is pretty pricey. I made
Really?
a Hula deck.
How much?
46 cents.
Oh,
Well, maybe because it's been reprinted. At one point, the only printing of it was in Portal, and
And the
it was
portal
it was-
version's about like 350, and there's a foil in
Mhm.
9th edition that's like $15.
also,
go.
strangely, it is a 3/3 bear. And typically your bears, of course, are 2/2s. So
Two twos. Two
Uh,
twos for two.
that island walk made him beefy. All right, what we got here?
Mhm. Signal Pass.
Test.
Okay.
Okay,
Which of
we're
the
into
Moors is a
rares.
good card?
Which
What
of the
is it?
Moors is good?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
Line
yeah.
of the
Ooh,
Void.
okay. Leyline of the Void. That's my favorite Leyline of the Void art too. Temporal manipulation.
manipulation.
I don't know that one.
And
Oh, it's just a
the
take a
Heron
turn.
Moon.
A Heron Moon.
Yeah,
Okay.
the temporal manipulation is about 630. So I think your best hit there was the Mother of Runes for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
100%.
Okay. How we doing, chat? We liking this?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Do we do one more? What do you think?
Why don't we open up that Viva Las Rakdos secret layer?
Yeah, why not?
I think that might be the move.
All right. Viva La Rakdos. The Rakdos fan club is here in attendance. Let's crack it open.
Where? I don't know anybody who likes Rakdos.
Nobody ever. All right. Here we go. Being gentle with the packs. This was not a paper pack this time. This is a little plastic wrap. All right. So
Okay.
here's our circus ticket talisman.
Okay.
I'm
Nice.
curious how that talisman stacks up to the secret or the Strixhaven Codex talismans, because it's kind of interesting. This, I don't know which one is more copies were printed, I suppose. All right. Then we got the very cool, love the circus leader.
I love that.
What is it? Dark Petition.
Dark
Yep,
Petition.
Dark Petition.
Yeah,
Really good.
that's cool.
Lightning Greaves, always a good card.
Mhm.
Yep.
Beseech the Mirror, really good
So
one.
good. So good.
Light Up the Stage.
Classic Rakdos.
Yep.
And Scholar of New Horizons.
of New
I'm pretty sure that's
Horizons.
actually one of the. I don't think that's the chase one.
That's
Oh.
really random that would be in there. But
Yeah, weird.
Hold on. Let me see if I can find the bonus cards.
Let me read this real quick. Scholar of New Horizons is one,
Okay,
and
the Scholar of New Horizons is the basic one. There is a chase. So you could get a Soul's Attendant, a Fiend Hunter, a Seasoned Dungeoneer. That one's the chase one, the Seasoned Dungeoneer.
Mm.
And then Scholar of New Horizons, which is the one that most people are getting.
Well, I'm going to read it because it actually seems useful. It comes in with a +1/+1 counter. It's 1 and a white. It's a 1/1.
Yep.
So it comes
Yep.
down as a 2/2. And you just tap it and remove a counter from a permanent you control to search your library for a Plains card and reveal it. If an opponent controls more lands than you, you may put that card on the battlefield tapped. If you don't put that card on, if you don't put it on the battlefield, put it into your hand. It's like a little baby land tax on a creature.
yeah,
And I'm thinking like the Tidus deck where you're just generating counters like crazy. It's any counter, lore counters, stun counters.
Mhm.
Think about that for defensively. There's some cool stuff going on with the Scholar. I don't hate it.
Yep.
I'm sure it's
No, it's a good
nothing,
card.
but
yeah, it's good. It's good.
What I liked the most out of like the Rakdos secret layer is that, as you guys know this, I don't know if a lot of our audience knows this, but I have a Rakdos Kindred typal deck where every single card has to say or show Rakdos.
Mm-hmm.
And so because of this secret layer, I got to put a couple new cards in. Like Talisman of Indulgence has never shown or said anything about Rakdos, but the
Okay.
ticket version has the Rakdos cult symbol on the card. So that cuts it for
Oh.
me.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Not that I'm okay with that deck getting any better, but
It
I don't
doesn't
know.
need it needs upgrades so heavily. It is not a good deck whatsoever.
I mean, I've played against it. It's definitely like bracket 1 for the lulz
It's
for
bracket
sure.
1 at its peak.
Yeah.
And but like I'll play it no matter what. It's always fun, like just
Yeah.
because they're cards that you will never see play.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I remember when you played me with it the first time, I was like, what even is happening here? Because some of the cards were, like you said, it's like literally just because the word Rakdos is in the name of the card is the only reason it exists in that deck.
Yeah,
I
even
love
the
it.
basics. I have the
Flavor
Guild
text
Kit
too?
2 ones with the Rakdos cult symbol on it.
All bald
I have
guys.
it as themed as possible.
Will,
Does
I
it
hope you're
count for
making
the
all
flavor
bald
text?
guys.
What's that, Jared?
Does it count for the flavor text if it says rack? It's like
Yes. Yeah. Flavor text, name of the card, and the art are the three things that matter. I considered at one point adding in things that have the Rakdos cult symbol watermark, but I don't think I want to cut it that much just because that's really like expanding it just so it can be better. But
yeah.
I don't
Mhm.
really need it or want it to be better. I just want it to be something fun that I can break out for just a silly time.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Well, before we move on, I do have a question for you, Zach, because this is something I've asked a couple of people, and I could have looked it up, but I wonder if you know it off the top. What is the word that is on the ticket there? It looked almost like it said circus, but it doesn't. Do we know what the significance is?
I don't know. It looks like it might be backwards or something. Epico.
I just thought it was kind
Or
of weird. It's like a giant ticket in the frame with letters.
006196.
It's Mark Rosewater's locker. There's a
His
locker
locker.
at the train station, and if you go to that locker and plug this code in, you get like Power 9 and a sandwich or something.
yeah. I haven't
A
thought too much
sandwich from
about
the
what it could
90s.
be, but
Yeah.
if anyone has any ideas on it, let me know.
Let me know. Here's the little, thanks for being a part of Secret Layer. I think this is not a specialized one. I think I've gotten this
No.
a few
Yeah, I've
times.
seen that one. I think. Yeah.
Which I think people really dig those cards, and so the more of them they can produce, and the more of them that they can make kind of relevant to the Secret Layer, I think the better. I do
Mhm.
think that's kind of a cool gimme.
Yeah.
Before we go, should I open the promo pack since we're already here?
Yeah, go for
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, you might as well since we're
And
here.
then we can
Also, can we just quickly take a minute before you show those off and ask Will if he, in fact, does have an all bald guys deck? Because if so, that needs to come to game night
Yes.
for sure.
We talked about it. We played a game together at the last game night and had a blast. And we were talking about it, and I feel like Will said he hadn't made it completely yet, or in progress.
I want to make my all hunks deck.
Yep.
Which
There's some crossover there,
Scryfall syntax, art, abs will get you there 100% of the time.
Yep. Yeah, it's great.
So,
We've got In Residence is the special playtest card that came with this one. So there's that. And then these two, I'm just excited about them because I love the art and I love the treatment here. Actually, just the foiling on these is gorgeous. These retro, they really nailed these retro foilings.
That's great.
Ooh, that consecrated Sphinx, Jared.
Isn't that cool? It's so
Water
nice.
foil.
Oh, that feels
So
good in my heart.
And it's like they muted the actual
I hear
art.
my Watcher in the Water deck somewhere in
Megan?
the house.
So good. A curse is just another name for an unwanted blessing. You know what that is? That's the motto of Group Hug right there.
Oddly enough, that is the cheapest consecrated sphinx you can buy right now. Is
I'm
this
sure it
this
is.
that
version?
makes sense. That makes
20
sense.
bucks.
I run the oh my god, I forget the artist series, but his stuff was so cool, and it was one of the secret layers where you had a chance of
Mary
getting.
Sakabashira?
That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
Sakabashira. I run that one in a deck, and I just think
Yeah.
the art on that is too cool. But this one's really neat. I like it. And what I was going to call out earlier is the foil treatment on these retro cards is like the art itself isn't foil; it's just the border, and I think that's
I
what really makes these
yeah.
pop.
I really appreciate like the partial
I love it.
foiling of like
I
old
love it.
foils. I
Mhm.
think it's just real classy.
And it just has
Yep.
a pop to it. Okay, last one. Ian and I's absolute favorite art of all time, right here on Counterspell. Look at that. It's a
Mhm.
beauty. It's a beauty. Ah!
It's the best counterspell. It is the best counterspell art.
Yeah,
There is
Pretty
not a
good.
better counterspell art than that counterspell.
it was probably a lousy spell in the first place.
It's
Is
just
that the
so
flavor
good.
text?
It's so good.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
That's
so
awesome.
good.
So good. So good.
All right. Well, how about we move on to a word from one of our sponsors, and then we'll get into some Goblin Storm.
Love it.
Yeah, we can do that.
Let's
All
hear from
right.
our.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
go for
we'll start with sponsor out in Coachella Valley. We're going to give a shout out tonight to our sponsor, Big Deck Energy Games. Big Deck Energy Games again is a shop out in Coachella Valley, California, Cathedral City. If you're not familiar with that area, you should be. It's very beautiful. But if you are, you'll probably know it for music, the Coachella Music Festival, golf potentially for Palm Springs, or if you're a national parks nerd like myself, you would know it for Joshua Tree National Park. Absolutely beautiful scenery out there, and probably a pretty fun place to sling some spells as well. Big Deck Energy Games is a deeply community focused, fair pricing committed game shop. And they are absolutely the type of shop whose goal is never to squeeze every dollar out of their players, but to build a space where people want to play, to learn, to trade, to hang out, to just have a good time playing all sorts of games. And that definitely stands in contrast to the types of shops that we've all been in, where we just don't feel that appreciated for who we are and what we're there to do, which is play some games. If you're ever in the area in California, we would highly recommend popping into their shop, showing them some love. Aside from Magic, they have an amazing selection of board games, other trading card games, all up and down everybody's flavor palette. So definitely check them out. Tell them we sent you. They're just a great group of guys and gals running the shop over there. You can also check them out online if you're not in California at bigdeckenergygames.com. We're really proud to have them as our first official sponsor. And we're even more excited to be partnered with a store that shares the same philosophy that we do, which is build the community and the rest will follow. So thanks, Big Deck Energy Games, again for your sponsorship. And we'll jump into the next portion of the show.
Speaking of Big Deck Energy, we're about to talk about the deck with the biggest deck energy.
Oh yeah, baby.
It's Goblin Storm. Primer, I think we should just sort of talk through, something like 3 of our sort of standout things we're excited about on this deck or notable things. But I will say I was the most important part of the release of this deck for me was knowing that Ian was going to have to succumb and get it because it's all Wizard of Barge. So I just like, as soon as it got spoiled, I was like, yeah, baby, game on.
Yeah.
We got him, Zach. We got him.
It's so good. And I just really like this deck a lot. And I think it's like pretty well tuned. I think like for like a both being a goblin deck and a storm deck. I think there's a really good mix of creatures and non-creatures, which is something that I think a lot of goblin decks don't really end up doing. Like My goblin deck, I barely run any instance sorceries. It's mostly enchantments and sorceries, or enchantments and creatures.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know, it was funny because when I saw it, I didn't put two and two together. Okay, so don't judge me for not being smart enough for this goblin deck. But when I heard the term Goblin Storm, I was just thinking like, okay, it's a bunch of goblins. That's cool. But then when I saw that the commander was Zada, I quickly came to realize that that was the double entendre. So yeah, I was definitely somewhat turned around a little bit on that aspect too, because for me, this is like a different flavor of goblins that I think is cool. I think playing goblins with the storm component. I know people run some pretty mean Zada decks. Like I've heard of them. I've never played one or played against one either. But I know that that is definitely a deck that can shred. But I think it's cool that they went that route and not just the, you know, 25 goblins turn 5 swing out everything, you know, you just win the game because you're just overwhelming the board. Cough, Zach, cough.
No one does that.
No one does that. But it's cool. And there's also, you know, I think like there's just a ton of really cool cards in here too. Some of which are obvious, you know, kind of red staples or goblin staples, but also there's some red cards and some goblin cards in here that I just don't think people maybe put, you know, enough attention on when they're building a deck like this. So I think it's really cool. And aside from that, I love Wizard Barge. So you kind of, you're going to get me. You're going to get me.
Well, okay. So you sort of mentioned it. And I think I too am really passionate about the direction that they took this deck, and the deliberate sort of, yes, they gave us a Cranko Mob boss, which is the undisputed champion of Goblin Commanders, but that's not the focus. That's not the game plan. He just supports the game plan. So I thought the Zada thing was amazing. I also think the Zada element is kind of what I was looking for when you and I tried to brew smart goblins, like different, you know, kind of like a very different.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think if I remember right, we went the route of it was what's his face?
Shattergate Bros, right?
No, it was Slimefoot
and
and Squee. Yeah.
Slimefoot and Squee. Yep.
But let's pull up Zada real quick just so we can get the audience familiarized with what Zada does. So Zada is a 4-drop, 3 in a red goblin ally, which I think actually does matter in this deck. Aren't there some ally matters cards? Maybe I'm wrong.
I don't think so.
No, okay. But Zada has one ability, and that ability is pretty rough, which is whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell that targets only Zada, copy that spell for each other creature you control that spell could target. Each copy targets a different one of those creatures. Yeah, this goes crazy wide with spell. This is like red spell slingy, like totally the type of stuff that red wants to do. And when you talk about goblins, you are talking about going wide, but you're going to be targeting potentially a ton of stuff. And it's a copy. So each of those is a cast. So when we get into the storm component of this deck, you can end up having storm counts far larger than they ought to be on any given turn.
Well, copying
Such a fun way to do storm.
Does copying go towards storm count? Because I thought it was only cast.
That is
It
the
doesn't?
entire game plan. That is the game plan of the deck. And in fact, the one weakness of the deck is there's only 7 eligible spells to do the Zada thing on. But I think the idea is that if you could pull one off and you've got 15 goblins on the ground, you now have a storm count of 15, and you could probably try to win on that.
Actually, no, wait. Zach might be right here. Hold on.
Storm only is on casting, not
when
copying.
you cast for each spell cast before this turn. Yeah. Okay.
But does it say on Zada you may cast
that spell?
No, it's you just copy that spell.
That doesn't make sense. How are you
Well, I
going to
mean,
storm
so I mean, you're
otherwise?
storming with a lot of the mana generation. So like there's Brightstone
That's
Ritual,
true.
there's Seething Song, there's Mana Geyser. So you're doing a lot of, and there's a Ruby Medallion as well, Throne of Eldraine to get you tons of mana all at once.
This
And
is true.
so
Huh.
you're casting a lot of like the cheap spells, and like a lot of the instant stories are also very cheap in and of themselves. So it's that kind of stormy. I mean, now to be honest, with Zada, a lot of times you don't even need anything like that because most times if you have Zada and like a few goblins even, you cast
Yeah.
one spell and that can just be game. Like it's
Yeah.
that easy.
Yeah, especially,
Yeah.
giving everybody a buff or whatever, the coat of
Yeah.
arms for the turn or yeah, I really thought that was the whole game plan. So I have to kind of rework my thinking a little bit.
Well, now it's not good. I'm not buying it now.
Well, actually, it actually hopefully is totally fine because the one weakness I noticed was there's not a ton of spells
Yeah,
um, that do
targeting.
target single target. And in fact, there's a couple of spells in there, maybe one or two, that I think you should swap out to make it a single target. It's like multiple targets for no reason kind of
Mhm.
thing.
So
Mhm.
there are 15 spells that even target at all. One of those being Grape Shot, which you wouldn't really want to do on yourself. So that's like one of the ones that you wouldn't want to do. But a lot of like the big ones that you would that would be really good for this actually is that gets you a really big storm count is Daring Discovery.
Mm.
Daring Discovery is 4 and a red. Up to 3 target creatures can't block this turn. Doesn't matter. You just choose your own stuff because that's not the part that matters. You're going to discover 4. And discovering 4 is you exile or you reveal from the top until you get something mana value 4 or less. You cast that for free. So if you
Oh
target one
god.
of your creatures and you have 20 goblins, you're
Oh
discovering
god.
4 20 times.
Oh,
Oh
wow.
And
god.
that goes towards your storm count.
Yeah, that's insane. That is insane. What a
Yeah.
good
And
what a
then
good
you're doing some crazy stuff like
Yeah.
where was it? Haze of
Well, then,
Rage.
yeah. And once you have
Which
that huge
also,
storm
wow,
count,
that's
that's when you want to
buyback.
do your grape shots, your empty the warrens.
yeah.
Yeah.
And there's an impact tremors in the deck too. So if you can't win by combat damage, you can win by just making a ton of goblins as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lots of
Can I
cool
just
stuff here.
call out just how amazing, I'm the chaos player. Chaos Warp with Jada is hilarious.
Yes,
Like
no, for
that's
sure. Like,
amazing.
Chaos Warp on a Zada board, like especially if you have mostly tokens, is insane. If it, like you can very much win just off of that alone.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, that
That's
would hit your storm count, right? Or no? I guess that doesn't.
no, no,
Chaos
no,
Warp,
no.
no, because Chaos Warp is just you reveal it, and if it's a permanent, you
And then
put
it
it onto
comes
the
in.
battlefield.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now there is a lot of because this is like a spell slingery deck, there is a lot of chance, unfortunately, for that to whiff because there are lots of instant sorceries, but you do it so many times that you're just also you might
geez.
not
Look
even
at
want
this
to do
one.
that because you're gonna have to shuffle a lot if you want to be legitimate about it.
Yeah, like this is crazy. Like, and I'm reading through some of these cards as we're talking. Like Sazakap's brew is also nuts, dude. Like you
What does
gift a
that one do?
tap fish. So it's 1 in a red, a common from Bloomborough, because it's trash. Like this doesn't make sense in any deck to run it. But you can gift a tap fish. Okay, cool, whatever. As an additional cost to cast a spell, you discard a card. Okay. Target player draws 2 cards. If the gift was Promise, target creature you control gets +2/+0 till end of turn. So you can just target a goblin, and then all the goblins.
Well, you would have to target Zada first,
Zada.
and then it does.
That's what I
apply to
mean.
all your
I'm sorry.
goblins, yeah.
You target Zada, and then bloop all.
And you only
your
have to discard
goblins.
once because the copying you don't have to do
Because
additional
it's just a bit,
costs.
yeah, costs. Yeah.
And
So there's where
you don't
copying
have
does
to
help you.
gift the fish either for all the other ones.
You only gift the fish on once because it's as you cast
Yeah.
the spell, you gift a tap
Correct.
fish.
Correct.
So you would want to gift it once, and then so you give one person a fish, and then that's
All
it.
the cards see the same one fish that's been given, right? That's the mechanism.
Yeah, because when you copy the spell, it copies all of the copyable attributes, so
Yeah.
which copies any decisions that you've made. So
And
gift
then like,
is
dude,
copyable.
this
Yes,
deck is
Will.
so
That's what
cool,
I
man.
was just mentioning is that the gift does count for the copies. Yep.
This deck is way cool. Fist of
It's
Flame.
so
I didn't really
fun.
look at the deck list till we were talking. I kind of purposely did that because I again like this is way outside of how I normally play the game. So, I see this deck list and I'm like, okay, there's a bunch of goblins. But then when you really read between the lines on it, like
It's
Fist of
smart
Flame,
goblins.
Fist of Flame in Zada is just dumb, dude. Like
Mm-hmm.
you cast that. If you cast that on your turn, every creature you have is getting +2 minimum, +2/+0 and trample.
I also want
And
to.
you're drawing like a bajillion cards.
Yep.
I also want to shout out. This is also the first time that we've ever gotten a storm counter token card. I'm pretty sure.
Yes, I was going to say that too. Show that off because that is
Yeah,
so.
I've got that
freaking
on the
cool.
stream right now. It's so cute. It's a little twister version of goblins, and which is
Oh
really
my
cool. There's
God.
also let's see, where is it? There's also a red mana token that he made. Red mana token MTG.
And so I mentioned this on the stream, but I'll mention it again because it's so much more relevant here. Dakota from Wizard of Barge was sharing that, they gave him 40 cards to potentially design and basically said, like, as many as you can get to is great. You don't have to do them all. And he really wanted to do 40. And so when I saw the deck list and I saw that there was only like 13 Wizard of Barge like cards in there, I was like, what does that get? What gives there? And I realized it's all the island or all the mountains and the tokens and like all the extra stuff in there. And so there are 40 pieces of Wizard of Barge art. They're just spread across lands, tokens, all the things. And actually, I don't see the Wizard of Barge mountains on there, but they are super.
So that's something I was going to bring up to Ian here is you can see it on the upper left side of like the card preview, but it doesn't show like in the list.
Doesn't show in the preview.
But what's cool about the mountains is also they're sort of like a panorama if you line them up next to each other. It would be really cool if like he had made it so that it like always continues no matter which mountains you have next to him.
Oh, yeah. Well, okay.
But that's also a lot of work.
Here's my speculation. A lot of people are online talking about the value of this deck being in the neighborhood of $250. But here's my speculation. I think this deck, there's this sort of, and I'm surprised not more people are talking about it. We just saw the Dan Secret Lair deck, and every island, every Kellogg's Loops island in that deck goes for $5 right now. So full art, great artist, basics. I think there's 20. Is it 27 of those mountains? 22 maybe.
21 mountains.
21. So that's $100 right there, potentially. And I just checked to see how the Dan Secret Lair deck islands are doing, and they're sitting at $5, pretty much exactly.
Oh no, for sure. I mean, like when you look at it, like if you were just to go build this deck, the cheapest printing of every card brings you to about 260.
Yep. So the value is there, but it's certainly like, it's just a different kind of collection piece because it is such a beloved artist.
I wanted to ask you guys if there was one of his specific arts in this deck that was your guys' favorite.
You first.
I think I like the Skirk Prospector.
The Skirk Prospector is really good. I also just as a card in and of itself, it's hard to not pick Roaming Throne. It's so cool. It's it's like a little wooden throne that the goblins have just shambled together. And also on all of his cards in this set, if you look behind the text box, there's some secret goblins on I'm pretty sure each of them. Pashalik Mons is really good. I honestly actually can't really just pick one. They're all fantastic.
Pashalik Mons is cool. I think my favorite is Brightstone Ritual.
Yeah, Brightstone Ritual.
I
You know what?
love
Actually,
Brightstone Ritual.
Empty the Warrens. I actually really like the art for.
God, they're
Empty
all
the
so
Warrens
good.
is good. Yeah.
I'm just a sucker for a minecart
They're
adventure.
just so silly.
By the way, the Soul Ring is hilarious too. The Soul Ring is really funny. I
Mhm.
don't know how we feel about Soul Ring,
yeah,
but
it reminds me of Sulphurous Springs.
yep.
Yeah.
And
And
it's
then
almost it's
Skull
got like a Shrek vibe to it too, where they're just like
Clamp is
hanging
really
out in a
good.
disgusting
Skull Clamp's good too.
bog
Yeah.
trench. Yeah.
Also, I not a Wizard of Barge card, but just the card itself. Quest for the Goblin Lord. Like,
Yeah.
what? I forgot all about that card. That's like
Yeah.
old Zendikar.
Oh well, I mean, just talking about like the reprints, like themselves, like there's that one. There's also Shinka, the legendary land that
Yeah, dude.
hasn't really been reprinted that much.
Yep.
I think this is
It's like
the
a
first
$30 card,
right?
It's
It might be.
$30. It was no, they
Was it
printed
Lord of
it
the
off
Rings?
in Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, it was Helm's Deep or something like that, right?
Yeah, it was Helm's Deep.
Okay.
But those weren't any cheaper. I mean, it didn't it because they were from what,
Box
collector
toppers.
boosters.
Yeah,
I think they were box toppers.
Yeah, they're box toppers. So like the rarity of them didn't really help drive the price down at all.
May have even drove it up just from the exposure.
Yeah,
possibly. Yeah.
I think this is our first reprint of Throne of Eldraine, if I'm not mistaken.
I think
right.
so, because it's only just been reprint. It's just been printed in Wilds of Eldraine Commander.
Yep.
So it's just got the little Planeswalker stamp in the corner. If that doesn't bug you.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah. Super
really
cool.
great deck.
Yeah, Battle Hymn. That's again, like, man, I forgot all about this card till I was just looking at it. Like, it's just so good.
Mm-hmm.
It fits so well in here.
And if you get like I guess you don't have anything that gives your stuff Storm in this deck. If you were to upgrade it, it'd probably be looking for something like that. Because then but you don't even need it really, because like this deck just it
does the thing. Yeah.
General Crete is actually a really cool
Crete.
reprint, because that's like a relatively expensive-ish card from Jumpstart Foundations.
Yep.
So it's
Impact
interesting to
Tremors.
see it like this. Yeah, it's Impact Tremors on a stick, but it also makes goblins. Goblin Lackeys in here. There's so many. House Squad Heavy, which was an Ether Drift, that's also getting a reprint in this deck. There's like literally, I think like more than half of this deck. Like I'm telling you guys before the stream, I will 100% play this, and then it's getting torn apart for my grub deck, because the arts are just fantastic, especially that Krenko.
Yep.
Love it.
It's so good. Awesome. Any final thoughts? I mean, I think we're all excited about it. I'm more excited about it now than when I joined. At first, I was bummed out because I misunderstood the Storm mechanic, because that shows you how little I play Storm decks.
Yep.
But I've come completely back around to being very high on this deck. It's going to be really cool. I will not take it apart. I'm just going to let y'all know this will stay. This is going to be, I only have one other deck like that. And the only other deck I have that is as it came untouched is my Warhammer 40k Necron deck.
That's a really good deck.
Good one to keep whole.
Yep. It is sleeved. It has been played 1 or 2 times. I just fell in love with that deck because it was a mono black Artifacts Matter deck, which is like so weird. But it's got some super unique, cool, weird, nothing else does this effect type cards in it, which I was also really into.
Yep.
Sweet. All right. Well, with that, I think we go ahead and we can get our other sponsor read out of the way and then go on to our main ticket. What do you think?
I love it. Quick shout out. The reason we're all here is because of a special site called Constant List. We've been using it. Tonight, we use it on every stream just to give everybody exposure because it is our baby, our our love child, if you were. And so this ad read, I'm doing completely off the cuff because it's goblin time. It's time to get chaotic. And so if you're a goblin mancer like Ian, you should be using constant lists. You could do everything. You got a build page. You build your decks. The features are so much better than those other guys. We won't say their names. No ads, community driven, community support is what keeps us alive. Some new features that I think are worth highlighting in this ad. We've got a community page, we got an artist page, and we actually have, we've started doing some written works by some of our Patreon members, some of the people that are closest to us and kind of in our circle. We're doing it all. We're working on so many great things for the site in the future. We really just want you to try it out. We want to keep the site free forever. And so your support in keeping Constant Lists alive and growing as it is very, very helpful. So please consider jumping into our Patreon and supporting at one of our levels. Constant support keeps the lights on. That's what we use just to pay for server costs and upkeep and things. I think we've upgraded our server costs maybe 4 or 5 times now. And so even subbing at a tier that's less than a coffee a month really helps a ton. Constant Growth and Constant Core are higher tiers, and there's some perks attached to those that are really special. But I tell you what, all of that is to say that free support is what we really want from you all. Subscribe, spread the word, tell your doctor, tell your nurse, tell your kid's first grade teacher about us. Constant Lists, that's Constant Karate Chop lists.com, constant-lists.com. How was that for off the cuff? You like that?
It was good. It was it might have been
okay.
one of your one of your best off the cuff reads for this portion. Yeah, I think just to add, in the description for the stream tonight, and I think most of our videos are YouTube channel description. You can get to it through Constant List as well. Is the link for Patreon. Really can't stress enough how much that helps us out. We have been able to not only improve the overall performance of the website, but we have been able to deliver on requests and enhancements and the fun things that our community wants in the website through server upgrades and things like that. So, currently the plan with this site has always been that you will never have to pay to use features within it. You will never have to pay to make ads go away. We truly are running on just it being the right way of running a site like this. If you've used other sites, and that's how we plan on keeping it. So any support that you can provide out of the goodness of your heart, whatever color of the color pie you lean into, whatever heart color you are, we'd be more than happy and thankful for you to provide that. We're also just as a heads up with Patreon as well. We've started discussing how we will continue to reward patrons. Things like playing with us on stream, participating on stream. We plan on hosting patron exclusive events, all sorts of things like that. So there is a lot more to come in that space, as well as giveaways and all that good stuff that you might be used to if you've been in Patreon spaces in the past. So a lot of cool stuff that we have working on right now. And honestly, we truly would not be here tonight if it weren't for people believing in what we're doing and spending time with us and showing us that what we're doing is worth anything to begin with. So thank you all for being here tonight. And we'll jump into the next part. All right. I think we're on the scene.
We're on the scene.
Okay, so we have a deck that has come in tonight. The diagnosis is it is mono blue.
Yep.
And it is actually a deck that I've considered brewing a few times now. So this is coming to us from one of our community members, Will Weiss, who is in chat as well. Will Weiss 3829. So thanks, Will, for submitting this and letting us work on it tonight. In chat, Will, if you have anything you want to share around kind of what you like, ideas of what you'd want the deck to do, or what you've seen it do elsewhere, or anything you want to share. So Will says, I've started to build Eluge 3 or 4 times. I honestly think he does too many things to make a focused deck. I can never choose a direction. Okay. Yeah. So before we jump into Island Walk, Voltron, Spellslinger, etc. Yep. Yeah, let's see what he does first, or what it does. So Eluge, the Shoreless Sea. This is right up my alley, dude. I like this card. Maybe I'll just switch this out in Watcher and just make it anyways. Okay, so Eluge, the Shoreless Sea. It's 1 and 3 blue pips. It's a legendary elemental fish. It is a mythic rare from Bloomburrow, which is a great set. And it's star power. Okay, so Eluge's power and toughness are each equal to the number of islands you control. Whenever Eluge enters or attacks, put a flood counter on target land. It's an island in addition to its other types for as long as it has a flood counter on it. The first instant, it's important, the first instant or sorcery spell you cast each turn costs 1 blue or 1 colorless, less to cast for each land you control with a flood counter on it. Okay. There's a lot of stuff we could do here.
You could go in so many directions, dude. But this is a very fun deck to build 15 different ways. So, I'm in, Will. This is good.
Yeah. So I think to start, and Jared, you didn't partake in the last Constant Clinic. So basically what we did for the last one was we just took a look at kind of the general lay of the land with spells, what was in here, if there's any themes that we can pick up. And then we started just also kind of naturally thinking about it out loud, what might we do with this, or what might some things we would do be for a deck like this, and what might line up with those things. So that are already here. So first off, let me actually reduce a couple cards because we have a couple that are 2 ofs. So we should be good there. That'll bring us a little closer to our actual number.
I love that the 3 cards, or the two of the 3 cards I was thinking of as we were talking about this, are already in there. So we're already off to a good start.
Okay. What are those? I
was going to make sure that there's a Mystic Sanctuary in there for, it's a spell slingy deck. So you want to have a Mystic Sanctuary. Cares about the number of islands. And then the other one was a Seagate Restoration, which is a double-face modal land that draws you a bunch of cards. That one is in there too. It's listed under the spell section, not the land section. So I was like, all right, we're good. And then the other one, which I didn't check and see if it's in there, but I wouldn't be surprised, is Lear. Lear, who is one of my absolute favorite blue creatures.
He is not.
So maybe that's my starting. How do we get
Lear's good
deck?
I also want to say, I know we need to cut cards, and we just added 1 card. This is absolutely a poo-poo UFO deck.
Yes, it is. I want a poo-poo right now.
Let's put Lear in. Actually, I accidentally put Cavalier of Gales in, so let me remove that. And this is poo-poo UFO territory. I do agree. This can go. This is good. Yep, I like it. I like poo-poo UFO.
I have another one too. Man, it's just, so it's a brewing. It just all comes to you, right?
So this, I love this card, the Flood of Mars. If you're not familiar with this one, I'm actually really stoked that I see this in here. Will so Flood of Mars is a Doctor Who card. It's a 3/3 alien zombie horror with Island Walk. Whenever the Flood of Mars attacks, you put a flood counter on another target creature or land. If it's a creature, it becomes a copy of the Flood of Mars. If it's a land, it becomes an island in addition to its other types. So you can use this as like spot removal. You can use this as, you know, moving this like island agenda that you may have with this deck. There's a few things you can do here. I see also you have Spectral Deluge in here, which is great. We're gonna actually click into Spectral Deluge because the mechanic that I want to see if we can lean into on this one real quick is Synergy Island.
That's a place I want to go to, by the way. I want to take a trip to Synergy Island.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So Synergy Island is again just what cards are out there that care about islands existing in our space. And there's a few that I want to make sure that we have. One of them is the one we just clicked into. But there are a few others. Okay, Engulf the Shore is good. The only issue that I have with Engulf the Shore, and it's just a decision you have to make, because I've had this in this was in Watcher in the Water for a very long time, and it's great because it's an instant spell. You can cast it for 4. You return all creatures with toughness less than or equal to the number of islands you control to their owner's hands. The problem I had with this a number of times is I would cast it and I would end up bouncing too much of my own stuff.
Yep.
And then it's an empty board. So the instant speed thing is very relevant, but also you just have to be ready for what this might do late game, especially because you're going to bounce your own stuff.
It's a shame too that it's less than or equal to, because Luigi gets bounced too, right? Because Luigi's a star for islands. And
Yeah.
so like if you could put a counter on Luigi, a +1/+1 counter, you're in it to win it. Now, with that card in mind, if you scroll all the way up to the top, the Crab Master might be an include, especially because he's a
Jerks.
0-17. Yep. So makes it difficult for people to mess with you on the ground, at least.
It does, and you can get him pretty big. You could flip him essentially, in because you can activate it a couple times if you needed to, or just buff him to block. Let's put that. I'm going to put that in
That's
tech
more of a
ideas.
maybe. Yeah, that's more of a maybe, but
The other one that I forgot about. This one's kind of fun. So Floodgate. I don't know if you're familiar with this card, but Floodgate's a wall for 4. It's 0/5. It's got Defender. If it has flying, you have to sacrifice it, which is kind of hilarious. When it leaves the battlefield, it deals damage to each non-blue creature without flying equal to half the number of islands you control rounded down. That's like super. This is a weird old card. I can't remember what set this is from. It might be from
Mirage,
like
baby.
Is it Mirage? But like this is almost like a one-sided board wipe.
Yep.
And when you're in mono blue, what I've found is that one-sided board wipes are pretty helpful. Because you really don't have like the ability like other colors to remove the same way, I guess is what I'm trying to get at. So this is cool.
I like it a lot. I think we put it in there.
And I'm thinking flavor to a degree here too. So I can't help but think about what we can do that's somewhat flavorful. Okay.
I'm gonna write down, being that this is the first time I've worked at this hospital, I need to write down some notes because I keep on thinking of cards, but I don't want to lose them here.
You'd also want to have stuff like, I mean, it's on screen actually right now, but Gush seems pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
And then There's a counter spell that's returned to is it days?
There is yes, there's a couple. There's foil. Foil's good. You just have to discard an island card and another card instead of casting or instead of paying the cost. I actually just bought a copy of this. That one's good.
Yeah, days is good.
I love that you have these draw spells in here. We'll keep those in for now. Days. I don't think days. Yeah, there it is. I'm looking for the older printing. Yeah, so days is good. You can return an island. It's counterspell unless the opponent pays 1, so not bad. And then the other one, there's another one-sided board wipe on a creature, and I can't remember now. There it is. Scourge of Fleets. Let's put that in there. Scourge of Fleets is basically the creature version of that sorcery that got us here. So when it enters, you return each creature to your opponent's each creature your opponents control with toughness X or less, where X is the number of islands you control. So at worst, you're going to be casting this for 7, and that usually sends everything back. The other thing I thought of for this, and it's funny because I just bought a copy of this just because it's fun. And I even might have bought it because I looked at this deck list before, Will, but Quicksilver Fountain is kind of cool. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, that player puts a flood counter on target non-island land he or she controls, and it makes it an island. This is pretty cool. At the end of turn, if all lands in play are islands, you have to remove all flood counters from them. I don't think you're going to get to that point, but this can kind of speed up the. I'm looking at this, just so you know, as like I win with Island Walk deck, and I don't know how you, Zach, how you and Jared, how you guys think about it, but I kind of see this as let's turn their stuff into islands and just benefit from it because that's kind of already the game plan with Eluge.
I mean, I feel like the way that I would probably go with this is like trying to make him Eluge as big as possible, unblockable, and you can either take people out that way or like one at a time, which is a little bit of a harder way to do it, or you could throw things in that make non-legendary copies or clone effects
Yep. I was
of
thinking on the
Eluge.
side. Yep.
I know I saw Chameleon in the deck,
Mhm.
which is really good. It's a non-legendary version, or non-legendary clone, essentially, of Eluge. You could also do Irma, Irma part-time mutant from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Commander, which becomes a copy of something every combat and gets a +1/+1 counter.
Takashima Thousand Faces.
Yeah.
The
I
original
think
PRG.
I think you go that way of trying to just make the biggest Eluge possible, make it so that it can't be blocked, give your opponents islands, uh, or just even I saw Aqueous Form in here as well,
Yep.
unblockable, and take your opponents out that way.
Mhm.
So I think we want to kind of look for things that which it's harder, it's a lot harder to do in blue, but puts islands onto the battlefield or makes things in like your non-basics, because there's a decent amount of non-basics in here.
Mhm.
Mystic Sanctuary is an island, but none of the other ones are islands. There's an island that you played, Ian, in your Watcher deck,
Mhm. Yep.
that lets you look at the
Yep.
top card of the target player's library. So like as many typed lands as we can get here, the better.
Yep.
And I've
Yeah.
got a question too. Going back to the Quicksilver Fountain, I know Luigi adds island to a land that you put a flood counter on it, but the way that Quicksilver looks, it looks like it hates the land. It basically turns it into an island. It's no longer what it was.
Mhm.
And
Correct.
so, originally I was thinking in terms of like, how do we just shut down everybody by turning all their lands into islands so that they can't like cast their own spells?
I mean, Harbinger of the Seas is one of them.
Yep.
Yep. Absolutely. Like I would auto include that in a mono blue deck like this.
Yep.
Before we get into that, I wanted your guys' thoughts on a couple cards that could be fun. So there's Thwart. This is another alternate casting cost counter spell. This you return 3 islands to
Love
your
it.
hand,
Yep.
which is cool. And then there's also, if we want to get real spicy, we could consider playing Walk the Aeons, which has buyback for sacrifice 3 islands. It's steep, but
you could attack with your commander unblockable a few times, like in a
yeah,
row,
like this could
multiple
be
combat, winning the
this
game.
that's what I'm saying. Like this could be the I'm gonna win it, so let me cast Walk the Aeons,
Yeah.
for 2 turns, 3 turns, or whatever.
How many sorceries are in the deck versus instants? I'm curious. I'm wondering if it's worth throwing in like flash enablers.
I
Let's
do
see.
also see Wonder down below, and that seems like a banger just to give the commander flying.
Yeah, Wonder's good.
You could.
You could, I mean, if you are going that sort of like knock them out with commander damage, you can throw in a couple of the equipments that help out here. Sort of the Animist. So you
Yep.
get a basic land when it deals combat damage.
Yep.
Also, Sword of Hearth and Home does that too.
Yep. And then while we're on the artifacts train, I do want to take a look at the list, Will, and see what kind of mana rocks you have, if any. I have grown nearly obsessed with Waterbender Skin, and I do think this is a great Waterbender Skin deck.
You are really into that card.
That is one of my favorite
is
cards that's
so
come out
good.
in the last couple of years, to be honest. I
Bender's
really
Water
like the
Skin
card.
is the card.
Bender's
I
Water
think I think it is like honestly one of the best cards to come out of Avatar, and it's a freaking common.
I just like to be obsessed with the common also, by the way.
We need to do Popper sometime.
So Bender's Water Skin.
We'll put it in because you're obsessed with it. That's fine.
Hey,
So
more instants, more spells, more things. Like
Yeah.
Eluge only reduces the cost of the first instant or sorcery you cast each turn, correct?
But on your opponent's turn.
Yeah, no, I'm that's what I'm saying is
yeah.
like because it only reduces generic, right?
I think it reduces it by number of islands, right?
It's good. So
It's
it reduces it by blue or one.
God.
Yeah.
So good.
So you can literally cast some of your spells for free.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. But remember, you have to have a flood counter on things, which is another reason why you're going to get double value from the Quicksilver Fountain, because you're putting a flood counter on your stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's also Aquatect's Will, which puts a flood counter on a land and it becomes an island.
Actually, let me see. Flood.
Let's go flood counter.
There's only like 3 mono blue cards that do, and then there's Quicksilver.
There are. Let's put. That's pretty good. I mean, it's nothing special, but it's not bad.
I don't know if we have any Merfolk to draw a card, but one of the Merfolk. Oh yeah, we have Talrend in here. I was gonna say like add in High Fate Trickster to cast your sorceries, as well.
It's a real bummer that's a sorcery. The Aquatex Will.
Yeah,
because you just want to be holding up mana, but there you go. You use your Bender's Water Skin on that, and then you get to untap it next turn and do more.
There you go.
One other weird one that is just, I think we want to be playing islands, and playing islands gives us an advantage. And so this could be a very good standstill deck, because when standstill is out, there's only so much you can do. And one of the things you can do is keep playing lands. And so that was a food for thought for some early card draw, or just kind of stalling things out, but you could still continue some part of your plan.
Yeah. But moving on to I guess the problem at hand, which is what we want to dive into, is making it focused. Because with a commander like this, where it is kind of pretty generic effect, like there's not like, hey, you want to be doing this other than just casting instant sorceries. Like that's pretty vague. So once we've figured out how we want to do that, which is, try to find ways to put things on lands onto the battlefield, make him as big as possible. Now we want to go ahead and see what is not contributing to that plan that's over that 100 cards, and see what just doesn't cut it.
Yep. Yeah, let's
I'm assuming you want this to be at bracket 3, Will, because I saw Psych Rift in here. I think that's your only game changer. Does that matter to you what bracket this is playing at?
yeah, 2 or
2
3.
or 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we have plenty of, board wipey things that aren't a game changer too. So
You also don't have to take out Psych Rift yet. I mean, we're not.
No, I'm not saying we need to take it out right now. I just want to get an idea of where we want to be. Like, if you wanted this to be flexible 2 or 3, maybe just have something to sideboard out for Psych Rift if you want to play it in a 2, and then it can play in a 3 if you want it to.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Let's talk some cutting here. I immediately go to just some of the Silver Mirror, and I'm not going to cut. I'm actually just going to put it into tech ideas.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I also am not huge about Ornithopter.
Yeah, that was going to be my other thought right off the bat.
Same. The other one that I'm not super keen on, and it's just because it reads okay on paper, but when you actually play it, it's kind of tough to justify it. I do have to remember that you have potentially some considerable cost reduction here, so you could just be playing things for free realistically. But Wavebreak Hippocamp is okay. You can only get 1 card off of it per turn, and that's again if you have a card to cast. And if it makes sense to cast it, you might hold up a counter spell as opposed to cast it. I had this in Watcher for a long time, and it just never really did anything. It usually just sat in my hand, or it hit the field, and then just didn't really generate me much value. So I'm just gonna put that in tech ideas. It's not bad. It's just there's better things that can do that.
Now, I did notice the Displacer kitten in there. Do we have ETBs we're trying to replicate?
Eluge has one. It's when Eluge enters, you put a flood counter on a target land.
Okay. Yeah,
I don't, and Judge Zach can help here, but if you blinked Eluge, would that reset the cost reduction, or would that be just an ongoing effect for that turn?
That is a static effect. It only ever looks to see the first one you cast on each turn, not while it's out. That's seen by the game as what was your first spell.
Yeah.
On the
turn. So blinking the only benefit to blinking Eluge
is
basically then is just
the re-enter, which is fine, I guess. But I could see that getting cut.
Yeah.
I don't think that's what we're doing here. Displacer Kitten's rad. Don't get me wrong. There's a bajillion decks that benefit from it enormously. I just don't know that. And same with Deadeye Navigator.
We added Archaeomancer though.
But do we really need Archaeomancer? I don't know that we've actually answered that question yet.
Yeah. 4 is quite a lot for that effect.
It's good. I have Archaeomancer in a couple decks because if one of my cards went into the graveyard, one of my sorceries or instants, I need to get it back.
Yeah.
So the recursion is good, but I don't know that we're there with this deck. I don't think there's anything yet that we're saying we have to have.
Well, and the other thing too is if you think about Lear was an ad. Lear could take the Archaeomancer's slot essentially.
Yeah.
And now all of your stuff has flashback.
Yep. I also I'm gonna put Brawl in tech ideas as it, I think I get more on the sense of we're looking at cost reduction here, but I think at a certain point, Eluge would be reducing enough, in
Where
addition
it's
to
redundant.
some of these other flood things.
And also, if we do really feel strongly about adding Lear, then Brawl being out at the same time sucks.
Yep.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the synergy things that's just sort of like you don't have to support it. The cost reduction is like built in, which is
Mhm.
amazing. You don't need extra. I would say
Yeah.
like get that out of the sub theme. That's just like a happy, symptom of having, our boy Luigi the
Yeah.
fish.
Same with Haughty Gin.
Yep.
Feel that wouldn't cut here.
Yep.
Plus, and I'm saying all this as I would also say we do not remove Sapphire Medallion. Like we keep Sapphire Medallion in. But that's just my 2 cents. I usually run medallions in mono decks.
Yeah.
They're
Again,
best in modern decks.
I do think it's redundancy. It's just because the commander has it on the stick in variables of cost reduction, it just seems unnecessary to me.
I can
Yeah,
see that as well, but
Sapphire
I
Medallion.
don't mind it. I don't mind it.
I would
It's
say
good early
let's
turns.
we can agree maybe or compromise on Sapphire Medallion, but I would say that we do get rid of Water Crystal.
Yeah, it's pricey.
Also, you're
Pricey
not really
and
milling.
you're not milling. Yeah.
Yep.
And then the other one that I saw would be telepathy. I would move telepathy out.
I'd take telepathy out. I don't think it's like it's cute, but I don't think it really does anything that's that super meaningful of the game other than just kind of be a pain point.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now this I do like. So I have won games with Shark Typhoon.
I love that card. It never works for me. It's
I've
like,
I've
ugh,
absolutely won games. Decanter of Endless Water is amazing. I'm a big fan of Decanter of Endless Water. I
I
would
guess kind
actually
of
run. I would run Decanter of Endless Water over Thought Vessel.
I would do decanter. I'm usually not that much of an advocate for Thought Vessel or even Reliquary Tower for that matter. Um there's a good number of card draw that you can argue towards it, but I usually feel like if it's not the main thing that you're trying to do with the commander, then it's honestly just worth having just either a basic land or something else that's better in that slot.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna say we'll move Thought Vessel out, and then Star Compass I also think should be moved out. We're in mono blue. Not saying that we're obviously not dropping 2 3 lands a turn or anything like that, but we also don't have to like dig for our color.
yep.
Mhm.
I tend to lean away from a lot of ramp when I'm in mono, because we don't have to worry about other colors.
Yeah. And the big philosophy there is that if you don't care that much about ramping, you either want pretty much none of it or a whole lot of it.
Yep.
Yeah,
Um, and so
yeah,
if you only kind of care about it because your commander is the ramp for the most part, you just want to get him out as fast as possible. And once you've done that, then you've done your job. Like I think like Arcane Signet, it could even go. I think Bender's Waterskin, Decanter, Sapphire Medallion. I think those three pieces are good enough kind of on their own
and
that
I'm going to enjoy removing Arcane Signet.
I was gonna say I love the pony, man. We're killing the pony. Can I ask a question? I've been looking for a deck to put this in, and I'm going to build Mono Blue Devotion at some point, so I will get my moment. But Demi Lich could be good in this deck.
Demi
Let
Lich. You'll
me
have to
let
remind
me.
me.
It's the blue
Four
blue blue
blue.
blue.
Yep.
This spell casts or costs 1 blue less for each instant and sorcery you've cast this turn. Whenever it attacks, this is I remember this one was like it just wasn't good, but maybe it's good here. Whenever it attacks, exile up to one target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard, copy it. You can cast the copy. You can cast Eluge from your graveyard by exiling 4 instant or sorcery cards from your graveyard. So it's got
In
like
addition to paying the other cost.
delve,
I
sort
don't
of,
know, because I feel like you are really only
or
doing like
escape.
one instant and sorcery per turn. Like you're not doing a whole lot of double casting where mind that even
The,
triple or
I've tried
quadruple
to make this card into something because I think the art is amazing and the lore is cool, but
well, it's a
man,
Demi-Lich. It's supposed to be incredible, but it's just not. I don't know. Like, you have to attack with it. It's a 4/3.
no evasion.
No evasion. It's gonna get blocked. Like,
It's a flying skull without flying.
it is a flying skull without flying. Like Demi-Liches fly, dude. It's a floating skull.
Yep.
Um,
Yeah. All right.
I don't think it's right here.
It
I
was a
understand the
dream.
pet project, but
It was
yeah,
a
not
dream.
right here.
It was a
We'll
dream.
find it somewhere.
Yep.
let's not force our pet cards on Will's deck today.
Will is a pet lover. Okay, and he is a friend to all animals. I was going to call that out.
All right. Flood of Recollection. I'm going to say we side that one. Again, it's like the
Turn
instant and
something
sorcery
from instant sorcery
recursion.
exile, yeah. I do
Rivers
really love
Rebuke.
Season of Weaving here.
Season of Weaving is cool. I like the season
The
cards.
seasons are great.
They're really good. Pour over the pages. Draw 3, untap 2, discard a card. I think I see what you're doing here, Will, with these untap. I saw you had a few untap cards because you have the cost reduction. You cast these essentially for free and untap maybe something that you use to put out a creature or something like that.
But at the point at which you're doing that, you're almost like everything is free, right?
Well, no, it's only
the
instant and sorcery spells.
Yeah. Right.
So yeah, you'd like play a creature, play an enchantment, basically play a permanent, and then cast something that untaps stuff. I like that. That's cool. You had what else here? There were a few.
I think Unwind and Rewind, at least one of them was in there.
Both of them are here, yeah.
Yeah, great.
Yeah. Discontinuity is one of my favorite cards in Magic.
It's amazing.
I love this card so much. Yeah, Rewind is like a no-brainer. I love Rewind. Oh my god.
Fun card.
It's so good. Spell Swindle. If you didn't see Constant Misplays, I had a Spell Swindle play that I was super proud of. Even Zach, I got a compliment from Zach when I did it, which meant I did something cool. Stroke of Genius.
Everything you do is cool to me.
Oh boy. Stubborn Denial.
I do like Stroke of Genius, by the way, with the cost reduction. Like
That's true.
What a banger first card of the turn, man. Just like,
well, and it's an instant too, so you could just play it in your opponent's turn.
Sickening.
And just call it a day.
It is a free card draw spell because of the cost reduction hitting blue pips too. Yeah. Like you could, gross.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. Filter out, return all non-creature, non-land permanents to their owner's hands. We'll come back to that. This one and what was the other one? River's Rebuke.
Non-land permanents.
River's Rebuke is really good. But again, when I have found, and again, this is my 2 cents, that in a mono blue deck, the one-sided board wipes are really the way to go.
Yeah.
And this your
everything.
Your turn's done. Like there's nothing else you're doing. There actually is a pretty good card. Oh boy, now I'm not going to remember the name of it. Let's see. We'll do bounce.
By the way, I
Yeah.
do like those return non-land cards to owner's hands when you're running Imprisoned in the Moon and turning people's commanders into a land.
I do think Imprisoned in the Moon is like kind of always good
Yeah.
in mono blue. Where
And
is
just
it?
creates like really funny circumstances.
Yeah. Is this a zombie? What am I doing? Type zombie. Nope. Is it a Naga? Nope. Ugh. It has exploit. That I know. There we go. Profaner of the Dead. It is a Naga. Oh, but that's the type. Okay. This card's cool. I don't think a lot of people know about it. It's 4-drop. You can exploit, which is you can sacrifice a creature. When it exploits a creature, you return to their owner's hands all creatures your opponents control with toughness less than the exploited creature's toughness.
So
This is
Breakfast
pretty.
on a Tali.
yeah, that's good.
Yeah, yeah. It did do us dirty when we played Atali, but it's pretty good. Especially if first you have some other like way to win, and you could sacrifice your commander to it and essentially just return everything, and then maybe you have Chameleon that's duplicating a luge or something. Not sure.
You said Imprisoned, if you want to drop that in there.
Oh yeah, Imprison the Moon.
And then I thought of another banger. Oh my god! And then I lost.
Now, while you think about it, hear me out. We want as many islands. Oh wait, no, we want islands just with flood counters, right? But I mean, he hits big with islands. What if we played mirror form?
Oh my god!
Yes. You don't have to ask me twice to play mirror form, like ever.
There's also flash photography, which is cool. It was one of the like scene cards of Final Fantasy that they did for the holiday release. Um, you can cast it with flash if you do it on something that you control, and you just make a token that's a copy of target permanent. You can do that on a land.
What's it
I'm just
called?
looking
Flash photography.
flash photography.
Flash photography. Oh,
That
is
was
that the one
that
with?
was the card people bought that scene box for, right?
That was one of the big ones because it also has flashback.
Yep.
And which going on that theme, Peter Parker's camera is a really cool card too.
Yep.
You pay 2. It enters with like 3 film counters on it. You can pay 2, tap, remove a film counter, and copy an activated or triggered ability. So one really cool way one thing you can do with that is I saw Myriad Landscape in here. You can double Myriad Landscape and get 4 freaking basics. You can copy Eluge triggers. You can do so many things.
All right, so that one, and then Peter Barker's camera.
Now, have
And
we
then-
settled on a win con? Are we trying to win with commander damage at this point? Is that
I think that's how you win
that's
with
the game
Eluge.
plan, right?
I think so.
Oh, I remember what card I was gonna suggest. One of Ian and I's favorite cards. This does feel a bit like a Thing in the Ice kind of moment.
You don't have to tell me twice. I love Thing in the Ice. The only issue with Thing in the Ice in a deck like this is it's going to bounce your commander.
Well, all of the bounce cards that we have so far kind of do that too. So
Isn't that fine
No.
though? Isn't it fine if he gets
it's
bounced
only
to hand?
4, and then
He's not bad. No.
yeah.
It is. I mean, it is an instant sorcery deck. So I
And
also just got my new copy of Thing in the Ice, and I'm so
Yeah,
terribly
no.
excited
On
about
that
it.
on that point though, Jared, a lot of the stuff that's like power and toughness based won't return Eluge because it just cares about whatever his power and toughness is equal to Because the star, I'm pretty sure applies everywhere, not just while he's on the battlefield.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. If it's oh, I see. I see what you mean. Yeah. I gotcha. By the
Like
way,
it's constantly looking for what is this value? Because there's stuff that cares about like put a creature with power or toughness X or less onto the battlefield. You can do that with star things.
yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If the value is correct, like because it
Yeah.
checks for that. But like for 0/0 and then they enter with counters, that's always going to be 0 unless it has counters. Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Before we move on from horrors, the other favorite, I don't know if you love this one as much as I do, but Hullbreaker definitely goes in this category.
Hullbreaker horror is real good.
And there's
If you get it,
the
if you
Herbal
get it
version,
out,
by the way.
if you get out Hullbreaker horror, and it sticks around for, and
Oh,
actually
that's it.
this would be even better because you have that cost reduction every turn.
Yeah, that's what I'm
So
saying.
you're basically paying 0 or close to 0 for almost any card, any spell, the first spell that you would cast each turn.
Yep.
Which is it's pretty good.
Pretty good.
I will suggest that we keep Snapcaster Mage. I will also suggest that we have oh god, my favorite Gear Hulk that now I can't remember the name of. Torrential Gear Hulk has to be in here.
What about that's a hybrid. I was thinking about Garuda too, but it's
now
hybrid.
I will say
creatures.
No.
Will, you're right. Creatures are not reduced, but when Hullbreaker Horror is out, you can cast a non-creature spell any other turn to return spells to hands or return permanents to hands. So you essentially have like a double. You're doing some really cool stuff for free potentially every turn one time.
Yep.
Now, I do notice we have more cards in this deck than when we started.
I mean, no. Well, yes, and yeah, we do. You're right. Okay. If you'll allow me, I think we can remove some cards. We haven't looked at instance at all. We should do that. Zach, you know why I want to remove Aetherize. You know this better than anybody. I just Aetherize. Actually, we'll keep it in there, but I think we really do need to find some instance here to remove.
I mean, yes, I will actually go back to. I do actually think that Shark Typhoon probably can just go.
I love that card so much, but man, I took it out of Y'shtola because, I mean, with the cost reduction though in this deck, I don't know, man. I always want to put that dang thing in, and every time I do, it underperforms. Funny enough, the best place it ever did for me was in Standard.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a little redundant and unnecessary if we are going that sort of like kind of like Voltron aggro strategy to close out games.
Mm-hmm.
I also think Metallurgic Summons is kind of on that same boat.
It is, and I would say it is even more so because the second ability does care about artifacts. Now, granted, we're making artifacts with it, but it needs 6 artifacts to activate, and we only have 6 in the deck. Yeah. So we truly would be relying on it pumping out 6 constructs. So we'll move that out. There were some. Okay, yeah. So Guile was on my list too. I think it's cool. It's one of those cards where it's like cool, but then you get down to cutting and you're like, ugh, it's just not. It just doesn't make the cut.
Yeah.
So I think Guile could go.
Deadeye Navigator probably too, maybe.
I think Deadeye Navigator could go. We're thinking the same thing. I think Alondra and Talbrand could both go.
Yeah, I kind of see those as alternate sort of win cons, but I get it.
I understand your thinking there, but it just distracts from focusing all of your resources on making Eluge as lethal as possible. I feel like because that's the game plan. So I think we just need to be more focused towards that.
Yep. We'll get that out. We'll move this out.
Do we want to target a number of instants? Right now we have 49. Do we want to just
Yeah, we
give
do.
ourselves a threshold? And then
We do. We
there?
do want to get rid of some. I think I don't want to say I'll spare you the pain, but I really like I've never resolved Engulf the Shore and felt super good about it. I've always lost something that I didn't want to lose. So I would suggest removing it.
Do it.
I think Filter Out is kind of in that same category. We're returning all non-creature, non-land permanents isn't actually terrible now that I'm saying that out loud because
I think filter out's fine. One thing that I would get rid of is dang, I was just looking at it. Where'd it go?
Forceful Denial is sick in this deck.
Yep. I just
go?
saw that time stop,
Gales,
and that's an amazing free card to cast because of cost reduction on somebody's turn. So disgusting.
yeah, same with Discontinuity too.
Yeah.
Commander's Insight, maybe, because I don't see you recasting Eluge from the command zone that often, especially because we do have so much counterspelling.
Yep, I agree. Mindbreak Trap. I don't know. It's cool.
Cute. But if you're not playing against like Spellslinger decks, it's very conditional.
Yeah.
Get that. Long River's Pull, I think we can remove. We can counter stuff straight up without having to give them a card.
And on that last one as well, like not playing against Spellslingers, I think you could probably also do Glenn Elender's Answer.
He has it.
No, I mean like removing.
Oh, remove it.
Unless it's a counter war, it doesn't really do that much.
Yep. Ghostly Flicker. I'm gonna move out. We're getting into that flicker space there. Muddle the Mixture is
Muddle the Mixture I actually really like.
Good. Mystic Confluence is I don't know. I'm always kind of like these cards always seem to be first cards to cut when I'm looking at instants or sorceries.
I also think we want to. How many sorceries are we down to now?
11.
Okay, because we probably want to cut at least some of them.
Flood of Tears, I think we can remove. This is another like we're moving all non-land permanents to owner's hands.
Yeah.
And on that, I mean, over the pages.
I'm also not. I'm not tied to walk the Aeons. I thought it was kind of fun, but
now my hot take on blue, and this is one of the things that I started to get into at the end of the life cycle of my mono blue deck. Extra turn spells. They're not just extra turn spells; they're ramp spells, baby.
Yeah,
because what can you do on those turns? You can play an extra land.
Well, and that was kind of my point on Standstill, which is not an extra turn spell, but it sort of operates in a similar sort of like, sort of way.
Yeah. Let's see.
Where are we at? What's our total?
We're at 111. I think I want to do away with River's Rebuke for the same reason we've done away with some of the other ones.
Let's do it.
Finale of Revelation, draw X cards, untap 5 lands. Yep, that could be done with the cost reduction. I really like these draw a card for each island you control cards. I think those are super flavorful, and it's going to be hard to talk me out of them. High Tide, I'm torn on. I don't know that we need that.
I don't think so either, because you're doing so much reduction with the commander.
Yeah.
Unless you're trying to do like X50
Oh,
on
cyber
Finale.
conversion. I think we could get rid of.
Yeah, remove that.
Can you list the categories of cards by CMC within their categorization? So like all instance by CMC.
Yeah.
We do sort.
Go back to instance. I want to look at the low curve stuff and just see like how impactful it is these first few turns.
I don't. I would say stubborn denial. We could get rid of.
Yep.
Swan Song is goodish.
Swan Song's always fine.
Because a lot of this stuff too is like we're trying to get to 4 islands to get the commander out, but like what are we really wanting to do turns 1, 2, 3?
I also know it's kind of crazy, but I think remove basic counterspell.
I thought about that too, Zach. I totally am.
I almost never just play flat counterspell because there are so many utility counterspells anymore that like just countering the target spell just feels bad.
Yeah, it's you know.
Frantic Search, filter out.
Frantic Search is just a draw spell, right? Draw and discard.
Draw, discard, and untap.
Yeah.
Which
like
you can
tap for draw.
If you do it on your turn, you can tap in response to casting it and cast it for free, and you're up 3 mana or up how? Yeah, because it untaps 3 lands.
Oh yeah.
And then you can be double spelling on like your turn, for instance, or I guess on any turn really, because it's an instant.
Yeah.
And we do need to keep the cards flowing.
We could ditch flow of knowledge. We have flow of ideas. Flow of knowledge is like, I guess, kind of it's 1 less. You have to discard 2. It's at instant speed. Flow of ideas.
I almost feel like the mana value doesn't matter as much though in this deck.
You do kind of want to do that effect at instant speed though. I think if we're choosing between the two, the one that gives you the instant speed, so you could cast it for free on an opponent's turn, and just
either you hold up a counter spell or you cast the draw spell.
Yeah,
even if you're discarding a couple cards, because you're drawing like 10, 20 cards.
Yeah.
I'll never remove Sublime Epiphany.
No, it's good.
You can't.
I was thinking about like copy targets with it, but who gives it? It's good. It's great. It's always great.
Is this
Blue Sun?
Is this enough card draw that we feel like we need Lab Man?
No.
Or one of those
Goose even on the Goose in the chat?
No, we don't.
Sorry,
we don't have any.
I heard him like siphoning through me.
We don't have any like infinite draw combo type things. So it takes a lot to dig through a library.
I know, but
you need it to be infinite. I'm tempted to remove Blue Sun Zenith and leave even the score. Punish people if they draw a bunch. This one, I get it, goes back to your library, but like we're probably not going to get that again. And then
we're at 104, boys.
Yeah, only a few.
I think
we look at some of the creatures. Do you love us or hate us right now? How's our manner?
I think hydroelectric specimen. Oh my god. I've been looking at that card for a minute, and I'm tempted to say we get rid of it.
Well, or do we just cut a land?
No, because
we don't cut a land because we have
it doesn't get cost reduced. It is good to have like the MDFC, but I think there's other ones that might be just better.
I'm also not super tied to
the reason I actually really like Chameleon is it gives you a non-legendary version of Eluge, so you can double.
I'm a big fan.
Yeah, okay, I'm a huge fan of Chameleon
here because if you think about this as a commander damage guy, like you are stuck swinging at 3 people for lethal potentially, and cutting that down by one, being able to swing out with 2 big old fishies. Seems great.
Ooh, actually, Will, yes. Maybe this works here. I don't know. Sword of Wealth and Power.
Protection from instants and sorceries. Whenever it deals combat damage, create a treasure. Whenever you cast your next instant or sorcery.
Oh, yeah, that's fun.
What about what about Trailblazers boots?
Is that non-basic land walk?
Non-basic land walk.
Well, he already has island walk, right? And we can turn things
No,
into
he
island.
doesn't have island world.
Oh, he doesn't have it
Island
now.
He doesn't have it.
No.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
So like we actually haven't given island walk whatsoever at this point. Like we said we would.
I mean, Wonder gives flying.
Do you want to spend like $40 on this stupid Arabian Nights card?
I mean, when you think about a fish wearing those boots, though, come on.
It's true. Part water.
Do you put a flood counter on only your lands?
No, you put them on
No.
anybody's.
Okay.
You put a flood counter on target land.
It's just not the one that shuts down their land.
Trailblazers boots could be cool, and then I also, I mean, I feel free to ignore, but I actually think I've been trying to find where Sword of Wealth and Power can go. I've tried it so many places, and I never really like it.
Well, the treasure is super helpful, but
the treasure is not the most helpful thing, but it does let you copy a spell, and it gives protection from instants and sorceries because you're not really targeting your things that much, which is a lot of times kind of why it doesn't work for me, is because I want to do like protection spells and things like that.
Yep.
So it prevents a bit of removal, and it copies a spell and ramps you a little bit.
Okay. I'll put it in. Doesn't mean I have to like it.
No, you don't have to, and Will might not even end up thinking that's a great suggestion, but it's an idea.
I just feel like with equipment, you need we need to be giving it evasion of some variety.
Yeah, did we add Sword of Hearth and Home?
No.
What does Fire and Ice do again?
Fire and Ice
and burn.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of same thing as you, is like, are there any other swords that are good here?
I'm thinking it wouldn't be bad to have something that gives it lifelink, so you've got some staying power. I'm trying to remember if Light and Shadow does that.
Light and Shadow, you do gain 3 life, and you return a creature from graveyard to hand.
No, that's not the ticket.
Will says he loves the boots, so I'm
not Sinew and Steel. I think Hearth and Home
or
Feast and Famine are the best ones here.
Yeah.
Actually, Forge and Frontier isn't terrible.
I don't even know what that one does.
Forge and Frontier, you exile the top 2 cards of your library. You can play them, and you can also play an additional land
for that turn.
And it gives. I mean, my big thing was the protection.
Pro red and green.
Pro red and green.
Yeah. Just strap a sword to that fishy's head.
I mean, he's got so many legs, right?
Well, he's a fish. You're thinking of Watcher in the Water.
No, he's got so many fins. He's working through the islands.
Commandeer. As much as I always want that card to work, it never makes the cut either.
It also just isn't really the plan.
Yeah.
It's cute though.
What's our total?
Aether Snatch is the same thing. Can you control a target spell? Gale's Redirection is the same thing.
Sorry, Gale. We do have the cool arch enemy charm in there, though.
Desertion.
Charm.
Desertion is not the same thing, but it can be if it's a creature or artifact.
That card will haunt me till the end of my days.
Yeah, I know.
I could have won.
Also, do we want this like return islands to hand for free cast stuff anymore? I don't know that that's as relevant now that we've really talked through like the cost reduction.
Yeah, I agree. Let's ditch it.
Okay,
we can do that.
There was one other.
I think
one
Days is fine because that's good. That's fine early game, I think.
Okay, and then
but I think the expensive ones though, where it's like discard 3.
Foil. I'm on the fence with because late game we probably are going to have lands in our hand that we can't get out quickly enough. Early game it'd probably be a little bit painful, but
early game you don't want to do it. Late game it's fine. You don't, and it also doesn't really matter because it's.
I don't think you ever want to hold on to an island, man. The islands count for something. This is not a. This is a keep those islands flowing deck. I mean, I guess
that's why poo-poo UFOs in here because you can just end like on an end step, tap it, put a land on.
Yep. Yeah, I don't necessarily think we need that.
Okay, we can get rid of it. I get it. You hate it. It's fine. Disallow as it's really niche. It's good. Like it has a counter spell. That's cool. But this is, I don't know that I would keep this.
I mean, activated and triggered abilities are relatively like it is cute when you can do it, but if you can't, I'm on the fence there. I don't know.
The one count, I mean, it's a $60 card, y'all, but the one counter spell I don't see on the list that feels right in here is a Fierce Guardianship. Just saying.
Again, I don't know that we're as worried about the cost of things with this.
Yeah, we have the guts here.
I kind of want to get rid of Bender's Water Skin. I love you, but I don't know that we need it.
No batteries, cost reduction. I mean, I can see that. I'm more on Jared's camp. I think it could go either way. I also think while it's cute,
I'd rather have the water skin than the sapphire medallion. And if you look at the two of them, one is cost reduction, but Bender's water skin kind of represents cost reduction because it's untapping every turn, and it also represents
sapphire medallion's every spell. Not just
but again, we've already declared that like this deck isn't necessarily firing off, 5-6 spells a turn. It's more about everybody's turn getting a spell off. And I'm not saying cut the sapphire medallion. I'm just comparing the two and saying, I would cut.
I would say if we're between those two, I know you're hovering over it, but Peter Parker's camera, it's cute. It's another pet card that I have.
Yeah. We'll remove it.
We'll see what happens when Will comes up to us, all three of us, and says, "Oh my God, that water skin has just wrecked so many games.
Changed my life.
Best card of all time.
It's the best card ever printed.
I've never slabbed a card. I'll go get a PSA 10.
Go get a PSA 10.
What does that bring us to? 102?
102. We're at 102.
That's Zach's way. Shut up, Jared.
I think we do have, so Wonder, I would say we can keep because we do have some cards that have us pitch. So that we actually could get that into our graveyard.
Yep.
Also, you can just block with it too.
Oh yeah, it discourages attacks. It keeps you alive.
Do we need Gush?
I always over Gush.
I don't think we need Gush.
Anything that returns more than one, I think you don't really want to do.
One more.
Especially if you're returning
for each attacking creature
lands with flood counters on them.
For each attacking creature, its owner puts it on the top or bottom of their library.
So that's just another
It's another
Aetherize.
Aetherize.
Is there a world where we're missing an opportunity to put a few mana sinks in because we have so much cost reduction, and maybe we don't like, are we going to find ourselves
He's
with
got some.
leftover?
I mean, he's got Even the Score, Drown in Dreams, Pull from Tomorrow,
Yeah, I mean, because they cost less, but you can pay as much into them as you
Stroke
want.
of Genius.
Yeah. Okay.
I would actually say if we keep the ether effects, I would say keep ether spouts, get rid of Aetherize. Ether spouts is a little bit more brutal, but I think if you're gonna have one of them, I think you have
Yeah,
that.
you got the cost reduction. Yeah, I like that. So that does put us at 100. I still think there's something here we got to do with Island Walk. I know that sounds stupid, but
Let's see.
Like, is Chasm Skulker viable? It's a good card in the right decks, but like,
We are drawing a good amount of cards. It's a very good threat. I mean, I think we would want to look for stuff that gives Island Walk rather than has.
Like, Enchanted Creature has Island Walk.
Yeah. Something like that's great.
We're not playing Merfolk, so there's not that. Piracy Charm. Target creature gains Island Walk.
Yep.
There's also part water. Although that's
There is part
Legends.
water.
I don't know how much that's going to cost.
They're my bird Percy. What about this dumb card? Where is it? War Barge. Target creature gains Island Walk until end of turn.
Part water is only $6. It's a lot less than I thought it would be.
Oh, Flood of Mars has Island Walk. That's actually
cool.
Will, what's your openness to playing really dumb old cards that like would never work except in like one deck? Because that's what
that card.
I would play War Barge.
Because they have
like
to kill the War Barge to kill the creature. Like, yeah, hell yeah, This is a War Barge deck.
Okay. War Barge. It is. Also, how much are the sandals? Let's see how much are the sandals.
That's going to be crazy.
$30 for a pair of shoes? I've paid more.
I don't know. That's pricey.
It's repeatable Island Walk, man.
You just can't do better than those.
Yo, if I built this deck, I would 1000% be putting these funky ass shoes on that fish. 1000%.
Yeah, and it is one of those like
I hear those little bells jingling. You know, it's
yeah, dude.
It's a beautiful thing. Get the boots in there.
Plus, hey, Will, look at it this way: you get to expand your collection and own an original Arabian Nights card.
The very first Universes Beyond.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's also, we're also getting into the reason that we love building decks the way we love to build them, which is running cards that people don't expect. Like Daniel, one of our, like some of the people we know in our group would just be so thrilled to see that stuff.
Yeah. Like Floodgate. Who the hell runs Floodgate?
Yes.
Floodgate's more common than you'd think.
I'm sure it is. I'm actually from reading it, I'm like, yeah, that makes sense.
We need to get rid of the specimen, right? Didn't we decide already that we were getting rid of that?
Yeah, we'll get rid of specimen, and I think we get rid of Aquatex. Will, hear me out. We don't have a Merfolk, so we're not going to draw a card off of it. Number one, and two, it's getting us one flood counter.
Yeah,
I don't think
worth a card.
The value there isn't worth it.
A flood counter is not worth a card.
And then we have to cut one more. And dude, I love Cryptic Command so much. It's like one of my favorite cards.
Is Spell Swindle a conditional? I forget.
Spell Swindle? No, it's just counter target spell.
Oh, you get the treasure tokens. Okay.
You get treasures, which is awesome.
Yeah, it's good.
This is the mana value, so you do have to. You kind
Narset's
of want to do it
Reversal.
for something. Narset's Reversal is okay. I don't see it ever being as useful as people
You know
think it's
who-
going to be.
You know who's super good at playing Narset's Reversal?
We can't talk about that yet. We can't talk about that yet.
We can't. We have a good friend of ours that's like a professional Narset's Reversal player. For sure. All right.
You guys will see it on Wednesday.
Let's make sure we choose the Arabian Nights fish liver oil here.
Mm-hmm.
This might be listen, I think this is cool.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah,
Will,
I'm a fan of this.
Will, what are you thinking, man? How would you rate your experience getting treatment from the docks?
Please know that your rating will either keep or put us out of business.
it's been so
Oh,
fun.
Okay. He didn't die.
you're a gent.
Yeah.
You're a gent, Will.
He didn't leave chat. I have no idea how this is going to play. Yeah, that's usually how it goes. I think it's going to be I honestly I think it's cool. I mean, I've looked at this card so many times. I've almost put it in Watcher in the Water for the cost reduction, and I toyed around with Island Walk too.
I think you run this as a bracket too. Like maybe coming back to our Cyclonic.
Mhm.
I think in bracket 2, this feels very viable to me.
Yeah.
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 It's not like the most oppressive thing in the world.
I mean, you're really you truly are relying on. I mean, so let's talk. What are your win cons? Your win cons are you have a couple copies of Eluge out, so you have like Chameleon out. You have
Spark Double.
Where to go? Spark Double out. I think that's one. You also.
You just go the give it a.
I mean, realistically, realistically, you could do any of your one-sided board wipes with. I mean, you have some stompers in here, like Torrential Gearhulk's a 5/6, Hullbreaker's a 7/8, Scourge of Fleets is 6/6. Floodgate, you can wipe. Thing in the Ice can get big. So it's interesting in blue because you're relying on combat damage, but that's kind of cool. Because you're doing combat damage, it's really hard to stop.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure.
And people don't think mono blue combat damage decks also. Like, let's just take a second.
Yeah. You're really you're playing control-y, right? Because you got a ton of counters. You got bounce stuff, you're drawing a ton, you're getting all your answers, you're ending the turn with a couple different spells. But you're doing all that to essentially just clear the board for you and make a path, like carve a path out when you're ready to swing in. And with Eluge, you really like drop one flood counter on each of your opponent's lands, and then your seed has been planted, as it were, and you're ready to start island walking as soon as you have it available.
Well, and chances are there's going to be somebody at the table playing blue too.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Love it.
Yep.
Even Hunter. I've seen Hunter playing blue at our lunch games. It's happening.
It's slowly taking hold.
Yeah, Island Walk. I love all the land walks. That's actually why I made Hazazon, because I wanted to make a Desert Walk Matters deck, which didn't end up panning out. But the land walks are heavily underrated, and it is evasion that people do not prepare for, which is really cool. All right,
I feel like this went fairly well. We got down to 100 cards. The amount of cards you were adding, I was worried about that, but we did it.
We did it. We got there. We didn't touch the lands too much. We could argue that we could do that. Will, you'll obviously get a copy of this. We'll
Mhm.
send you the constant list link, which in the site, if you weren't aware, you can click this duplicate button in the deck and make a copy for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And that'll save it to your profile when you're logged in. So easy peasy there. Um, and then also, if you want to test it out, you can go into our new playtest feature and give it a run and see how it performs or how it looks when you're playing it out. This is a new feature, so it's pretty cool. Just to see what it
I've
will
been
do.
really pushing Ian for this one.
Yeah, this has been, I would say, ever since I started making the site, this has been like Zach's #1 request, easily. So yeah, it's finally live. We'll put
And
Eluge
then
out.
for everybody, if you add the Constant MTG account, you can also see all of the decks that we build on stream.
Yep.
We have our stream decks. We've got the Berta deck that we built up there. We've got Hunter's Angel deck that we deck doctored a couple weeks ago, and now we're going to have this one there as well.
Yep.
So we've got the folders there. We'll put
Yep.
the decks that we have, sort of like work in progress there in like our deck doctors folder, so you
Mhm.
can see where if yours is actually on the lineup there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you get if you add people as friends, you can actually view your friends' decks just inherently through your page. You don't have to like ask them for the link or anything. Um, so that's actually a pretty cool new feature. I do have to debug this because these images should be showing up, but that's okay. We'll just do this and it'll look great.
Hey,
But yeah, this is a cool feature if you just wanted to pop in and see what someone's
Oh,
building.
so that's your food deck.
Damn
Okay.
it. I was hoping you wouldn't see that.
That's
Anyways,
definitely bracket 6.
it's definitely bracket 6. You know it. Cool. Well, this was fun. Thank you everybody for joining. Thank you, Will. Thank you for submitting your deck, allowing us to discuss it, pick it apart on stream. That is, I know that can be tough to have people criticize or critique what you're doing, but we really appreciated you allowing us to do that. We have a couple other decks that people have submitted for sure. You feel so seen. That's what matters. We just want you to feel seen and get some ideas out there. If anybody on stream also has decks that they want us to review, jump in the Discord, send them in general chat or the deck building chat, and just tag any of us, Jared, Zach, or Ian, or all of us, and we'll take a look. We'll add it to our list, our ever growing list. I think we're at 4 more decks now, or something like that, that people have sent. And we'll use this. This will be a pretty common rotating spot, I think, in the Thursday streams. So, from all of us to you, thank you again for joining. Jared, do you want to say any closing words?
you got it. Every time I wanted to say, you nailed it already. It's our telepathy happening yet again, our psychic link. No, just so that the words leave my mouth too, Will, really appreciate you. Kind of joining our community in general. The fact that I got to play you at our last game night was awesome. And we just appreciate you being willing to share this with us and tolerate our nonsense. So thanks so much.
Awesome. Zach, any final words?
Goblins rule.
Great. Awesome. Great final words. Awesome. Thank you, everybody, again. Don't forget, like, comment, subscribe, blah, 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 all that stuff. Check out our Patreon. Consider supporting us there. Have an awesome rest of your remaining Thursday, a great rest of your week, and we will see you all very, very soon. Take care, everybody.
Peace out.